Greetings and welcome to my Goethe Wildlife Management Area quota deer hunt. Got in here pretty early. It was about, 10-15 minutes after daylight when I found this spot. Now I got a tip from a subscriber. Come and hunt this area. So that's what I did. I found a place near the area that he suggested. I really don't want to hunt on a public trail. So I found a spot, adjacent to it to hunt. So that's where I am. There's a big swamp right here. This swamp goes all the way back to the east and around. And I found it on the edge of this gallberry longleaf pine habitat that's just unbelievable. Look at this gallberry out here. I mean, all that stuff is like head high. It's up over your head if you try and walk in that. But I found access to the edge of this swamp. And if you get to the edge of the swamp, I think what happens is that from time to time it floods. So when it floods, it leaves a place in a void where the understory doesn't grow. So I've got this natural spot here that has no real. I'll show it to you. Now my deer buggy is right up there somewhere, and I had to walk down a trail, a closed road, to get to this spot. And then once I saw it open it up, I kind of pushed through and got in here. And I'm watching all of this. It comes. I'm watching all the way down there. So I got a couple of 100 yards here. And of course this swamp here. I seen some turkeys this morning and some squirrels and all kinds of birds, but I've not seen any deer. There's some tracks on the road. I'm going to go down here in a little while. It's almost noontime. So I'm going to go down here in a little while and see if there's any rubs or scrapes down along that edge. I didn't see any up here. And that doesn't encourage me when I don't see any rubs or scrapes. I like to see active buck sign, but I kind of drove up here blind. I kind of looked at it on the computer, right? And just made a play this morning, got up early and drove up here. And I knew exactly where I wanted to go, but what I would find I did not know. So here I am. But I executed a good hunt. I got in here early. I've been sitting here 5 hours. And it's a little warm today. It wasn't too bad this morning, but it was warm. It wasn't in the 60s though. It's pretty warm. One tip I want to give you whenever you come into an area like this. I was looking for a place to put my tree stand, right? And I'd pick out a tree and I'd look. And there'd be a deadfall like this. Right there. Right? Another one right there. And then as I looked out, every tree that I wanted to set up on, if I set up on it and that deadfall, that dead tree decided to fall, well, guess what? I'd be dead if that thing hits me. So I finally found a tree. I got a big one right here, but it looks like it's leaning the other way. Be mindful. I wear my safety harness. I wear my blaze orange. And I'm careful about where I set up. I look before I reach. I'm careful with my rifle. I never walk with a loaded gun if I can help it. I don't climb my tree stand with a loaded gun. And so I want to get home safe. So that's today's safety message. Look out when you're in these longleaf pines. Look out for those big, tall deadfalls. If you're sitting in your tree stand like I am, and it falls on you, well, that might be the end. So let's go down here and take a look. I'll take you with me. I'll turn it on when I get down there. I need to stretch my legs. I want to go down there and look and see if there's any scrapes. That's where I've been looking So I can just imagine that there would be at least one scrape down there, and maybe a rub or two. Let's go see. All right, be back with you in just a minute. That's what I'm talking about. You look at gallberry, some of it's 6-7 foot high. Here's my tree stand. I get down out of my tree stand, and suddenly the understory just swallows you up. Up in my tree, I can see all the way down there, and it looks like it's just wide open. Then you get down, and you find out that's not the way it is. Let's go down here and look, see if we can find a scrape in that spot. That's what you're looking for. A nice little rub right there. He ain't worked it heavy, but I'm glad I saw that. See, a wall of vegetation opens up down in here, man. This is pretty down in here. I don't think I came down far enough. I just hate to intrude too much. See, that's one of them deadfalls I'm telling you about, right? All right, I saw a spot down here that should have a scrape on it. We're gonna look and see. So I was thinking there ought to be a scrape right here. Just no scrape here. So far all I found is that one rub. There are two other likely places that look like they probably should have some scrapes on them, but just don't have any. Look at this right here. Check this out. What you see in here is is left over from the turpentine industry. They used to come in here and they'd put these tin metal angles on here they would scar the pine tree, and these would catch the sap and would go into a little pot called a hardy pot. I've got one of those at home. I think I've showed it to you. But that's what this is. This is left over from like the turn of the century, man. That's how old that is. Somebody was standing here with a machete or a hatchet, and they scarred the pine tree and nailed these on there. You can see the marks in the tree. That's so awesome, man. All right, I'm gonna walk down here just a little bit further, then I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go get back in the stand. I'm gonna check this right down here for a scrape, and I'm gonna go back and get in the stand and yeah, finish out the day. All right, so let's go over here. Let's just walk over here. I'll be back with you in just a second. All right, so I'm back with you. We're just gonna head on back down to the tree stand. Probably do another 2 hours this afternoon in the middle of the day. But yeah, no scrapes down along this edge. Now, some might argue that the habitat is not conducive to scrapes. I don't know about that. I do know that if it is muddy, that yeah, they might not scrape in a muddy area, and this is obviously floodplain. It gets flooded in here when it rains. So yeah, we'll go ahead and assume that that's the case, that they're not scraping in here because of the soil or the understory or the fact that it floods and it's usually wet. But as you can see, I've got a wall of gallberry and longleaf pine that goes all the way, and from what I can see, it just keeps on going. And this is the space between the forbidding swamp, which is right there, and the gallberry, so it's a perfect setup. The wind was right down there. I had a good wind this morning. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna look for more rubs. I see one rub. That's just the way it is, man. I don't know. I seen a really big rub up in Ocala. I plan on hunting that. Maybe you saw it on my Facebook page. There's an old one. Pretty old. Killed it. I don't see any others. There's a little something going on over here. I don't know. That's pretty cool. Alright, well, if you like my content, this is Florida public land hunting, whitetail deer. I'm on my quota hunt. And yeah, I'm going to give it a couple more hours and I'm going to boogity on back to the house. And yeah, I had a great day though. It's a little warm and looking forward to it cooling off a little bit. Don't know when that's going to happen. But yeah, we're just going to take what comes. We're going to hunt no matter what, right? All right, love you guys. This is the Wild Treasures of an Outdoorsman YouTube channel. And my name is Peter Updike and this is the Goethe Wildlife Management Area. See you guys. Bye.